A man picked up an 800-pound boulder and hurled it into a well, hoping the splash would wash his hair. But the water either shot too far or soaked his pants. Still, he couldn't give up. Without clean hair, he'd never be accepted into the Shaolin Temple to learn Kung Fu. He tried over and over, but the water never once reached his head. Yet all that daily boulder throwing had a silver lining. His arms grew stronger with each attempt. A month in, he finally cracked the code on how the water splashed, and before long he could rinse his hair from any angle with ease. His strength had grown so much that the 800-pound boulder felt like nothing in his hands. He finally got his hair clean, but then he noticed his wig was starting to fade. So he grabbed some white powder off the wall and dyed his hair white. The next day, he went to see the master and said, "My hair is clean." But the master saw right through him. One look, and he knew this was a fraud wearing a wig. The master reached out to pull it off, and the man stumbled backward in a panic. A month of boulder training had left him quick on his feet and surprisingly powerful. He begged the master to teach him Kung Fu, but instead got thrown to the ground, wig and all ripped away. He braced himself to be kicked out, but the master gave him one last shot. If he could rebuild the temple's roof using bamboo, the master would teach him Kung Fu. He agreed without a second thought and threw himself into the grueling work. While repairing the roof, he watched the Shaolin disciples practicing with bamboo rings down below and couldn't help but mimic their movements. Even as the bamboo sliced up his arms and left him covered in cuts, he didn't stop for a second. Late at night, while everyone else was sound asleep, he kept right on practicing. The next day, when he saw the disciples working on their flexibility, he grabbed a heavy bamboo pole and tried to copy them. It nearly slipped from his grip. Thankfully, all his prior training kept him from losing hold. Day by day, he repaired the temple while secretly soaking up every bit of Shaolin Kung Fu he could. Even the disciples inside the temple could only master one discipline, yet he was stealing them all. 2 years passed, and he finally finished the roof. Just when he thought he'd earned the right to train openly, the master ordered him to tear down every bit of bamboo scaffolding he'd spent years building. The man exploded in fury. He leapt down from the roof and charged straight at the master, demanding an explanation, only to be surrounded by disciples before being cast out of the temple for good. The truth was, the master had known all along that he was an outsider who had snuck his way in, and his hot-headed nature clashed with everything the temple stood for. The reason the master had him repair the roof in the first place was to give him a chance to secretly learn Kung Fu, but in the end, he never understood the deeper intention behind it all. Have you ever had someone do something for you that you only truly appreciated later? Follow me for the next exciting clip from the film.